Welcome back. As promised, let's get chatting with the management of RBL Bank. Pushpendra Sharma, who's the head of digital channels at RBL Bank, joins in to discuss the launch of their new National Common Mobility Card, NCMC card in Bengaluru, and at the same time to discuss the outlook for digital payments on the whole. Thanks a lot, Mr. Pushpendra, for joining in. You know, before we talk about the new card that you've launched and the impact of digital and UPI, etc., on the credit card environment, we have some data for the credit card segment for the month of February. Total card issuance was up just about 1.1% month on month. The average ticket size was down by 8.1% month on month. This is for the entire industry. You look at credit cards as well as the digital channels at RBL Bank as well. What do you make of these trends? Why is it that, average ticket sizes are going down, new credit cards, being issued are slowing in their pace? Is it because of the advent of other alternatives like UPI digital and because of some of the charges that banks are laying on, say, rent payment via credit card, etc.?
Yeah, good morning, Mangalam. Thanks for having me on the show. You're right and wrong in your assessment. There are various regulatory developments which have come in past few months, and I guess all credit card players and all digital payments players are adjusting to those changes. So in this period, while every player is sort of upgrading their systems and processes to meet the regulatory bit, the transactions are more or less same, but the regulatory sensitivity and some of the trends which have picked up in past 2 years, namely rent payment, there have been some developments from networks also where they have, made banks aware about the potential risk of these new modes of payment. And everyone is waiting and watching. In your experience, you would have also seen that some of the banks have also changed their terms and conditions starting April. So I guess, this is a transitory period where the new trends and the pattern of new modes of payment and new use cases are finding their feet. And the ecosystem is now sort of absorbed those changes and, taking things as they come. Regarding the ticket size and the number being used, I guess the base effect of COVID has now stabilized and the numbers are more normal and more even. And, these will be, I guess, the standard growth rates you will see across industry, I would assume.
All right. Hi, Mr. Sharma. But could you give us an outlook both on card issuances as well as on spends? How do you see that shaping up? And also, you all had a tie-up, right, with Bajaj Finance. How is that shaping up?
Nigel, you'll have to excuse me on this question. We are in a silent period just before the year end. So I guess you'll have to wait for this details and answers in the analyst call post the year end closing. I'm sorry for that.
Right. But, it's not about just this quarter. What I presume Nigel would have wanted to know is a much longer term horizon as well, which I don't think should be affected as much by the silent period, so to say. We're not asking just about the fourth quarter, but a larger opportunity.
We're not asking the near-term numbers, sir. We're asking you, how do you see this, the growth numbers move out for the credit card space for your bank on the whole? You could give us an outlook for FY24. We're good with that.
So I think the trend we see inside the bank is that the consumer demand is robust. The demand for credit card across all the variants is very much there. You will see new tie-ups coming up, going live very soon. The regulatory developments where the card issuance in 30-day period had to be made live, otherwise the card will get automatically cancelled. Everyone is sort of adjusting to those new regulations and changing their systems on how customers will see omni-channel experience and then customer onboarding experiences are smoothened. So all those developments notwithstanding, I think the growth is very much there. You will see growth happening. That's what I think I can comment at this moment. The quantitative bit, as I said, you have to just wait for those numbers. Regarding a larger trend on digital, I guess the credit card is just one bit of it. We are seeing traction all across digital banking, digital lending, and payments. Payments bit is picking up pretty fast. UPI story is well documented in the country. You see billion transactions every day. We are seeing growth not just on UPI on retail bit, but institutional bulk users. And with IPL coming up next week, you will see a lot of traction, and RBL looking to gain market share on UPI too. So you will see all-round growth. That's what I can tell you at this moment.
Okay, all-round growth is what you're gunning for. Just a small little word on the NCMC card. What's the scale, the business opportunity here? I ask this primarily because, I don't know, as an individual, both Nigel and me, we've started using a fair amount of digital payments, mostly backed by UPI. We don't remember the last time we actually swiped our credit cards or tapped our credit cards in a lot of places. So the use for a credit card, the use case for a credit card seems to be declining. That's anecdotal evidence. I don't know, how the trends are macro. And with this NCMC card, what benefits does one get? They get a credit card. Do their tickets become cheaper?
It's a great question, and I'll take a few seconds to explain what NCMC is about. We are the third or the fourth, we're the second bank or possibly the third bank to launch NCMC in the country. NCMC is a contactless prepaid card. You load the value. The use cases currently are ticketing, gating counters at metro station. The vision of NPCI is to make this card this card is interoperable. That's the best feature here. The interoperable card can be used anywhere in the country where public transit infrastructure is being put. So you can use a Bangalore Metro card, which we launched recently. The card can be used in Delhi Metro, Mumbai Metro, other metros in Pune, Kochi, Nagpur, wherever metros are operational, this card can be seamlessly used. The metros which were launched earlier had closed-loop card. The card cannot be used for parking, toll, bus transit systems, or e-commerce transactions. Those were really the shortcomings. This card not just is interoperable, but also can be used for your shopping, cash withdrawal, toll, parking, bus transit. So I guess it's a one-stop solution under the government vision of one nation, one mobility card. The card will see evolving into, getting co-bundled with debit card and credit card. So your EMV chip, which you see on the card, will be used everywhere. The pricing question, I'm sure that with bundled offers, the prices for travel will go down, and as banks look.
Right. Take that point. Unfortunately, we here in Mumbai cannot avail of this yet, primarily because our metros aren't fully constructed. But just last one question from my end before we let you go. You have tied up with Bajaj Finance. You said digital is doing well, UPI is picking up as well. But a lot of these new BNPL players, new fintech startups, can we hear of you collaborating with any of them in the near future?
Mangalam, before I answer that question, one bit of information for you. You can use a NCMC card issued by other banks also on Mumbai 1 and Mumbai 7 lines. They are operational. Bangalore Metro is currently live with 63 stations. 5.5 lakh cards are issued. 3.5 lakh people use it daily. In 1 year, we are looking at doubling this number. So it's a tremendous opportunity, not just in Bangalore, but elsewhere in the country, because once you get a card, you can use it elsewhere. Regarding your questions on partnership, we are known in the market for doing a good bit on partnerships. We have done well in the partnership startup ecosystem. We continue to do well. We welcome all startups, who are looking to have a defined use case. But please note the regulations have come of age. Regulations have evolved. The licensing regime has come for most of the startup players, whether it's lending, payments, payment aggregator. So all startups are welcome to deal and work with RBL Bank. Just the bit is that the climate is the regulatory environment is very different now. If there is appetite, there is use case, everyone is welcome to work with us.
Okay, all right, Mr. Sharma, thanks so much for stopping by and giving us insights, into this aspect. Good speaking to you. Look forward to having a chat with you in the coming weeks as well. Well, for the time being, though, we'll slip into a short break. You come back, we'll continue.